In this box, I have perhaps the best Richard Mille homage on the market to date. Clearly, you guys saw the thumbnail. Today, we are talking about the Wishdoit Pirate, specifically the black and rose gold PVD coated 316L stainless steel watch with a fluorine rubber strap, fully automatic watch for about $350 on sale. Can you really beat it? Well, can you? Hey, I'm Chase, and this is All Things Random. Today, we are talking about, again, the Wishdoit Pirate X Series Richard Mille homage. It is that classic Tourneau style case that you've come to love but can't afford if you're poor or middle class like I am. Well, in comes Wishdoit, perhaps the worst name for a watch company, but other products just as bad? No, I would say not. This is the second Wishdoit watch I've ever reviewed. The first one was quartz. This is full automatic, and I've already got hands-on with it. I've already done the review portion, and it is quite a good watch. So let's just flip the camera around and hop right into that review, and I'll see you just at the end. Now, the Wishdoit brand is something I have talked about in the past. I've reviewed their Captain Caddy, I believe, or Captain Kid. It's a quartz version in the past, and the thing that I said back in that video is the same thing I'm going to say in this video. Wishdoit as a brand name just doesn't seem to work very well, though the watch is built quite well, especially as an homage, especially at a price point of about $350 on sale right now for a full automatic watch. I wish instead of the Wishdoit brand you see right there at the 12 o'clock, they just would have put something like a logo instead of the name. That is my own personal bias against the name Wishdoit because it just doesn't flow very well. It feels kind of cheap and kind of like an afterthought when releasing watches. That being said, right here today we have the Pirate X Series rose gold and black on the table. The rose gold is PVD coated, the black is PVD coated, and I think that they did a relatively good job for the homage that they are trying to hit. Richard Mille, the Tourneau shaped case of Richard Mille, is one of those things that most people are not going to be able to afford in their life ever. Most people can't afford the price of a house on their wrist. So if you like the style, you go towards something like this. This is an homage of the watch that you may love. Now, I like the black subdued PVD case on this with the front bezel or front part of the case, the back part of the case, then wedged in between is the rose gold. I like that break in color, and I love the fact that the X in the dial is matching the case on the exterior on the sides. Really nice to see. It's a real subtle break in design for the eye, and it's very catching. The dial on this is skeletonized, and we'll talk about that in just a moment because there's some things that they did on the dial that I'm really not a huge fan of. So let's first get into mentions of this watch, then we'll get into the nitty-gritty of the movement itself, then the pros and cons of this watch. Then at the very end, we're going to close out the video, so stay tuned. So let's talk about this watch. This is a 316L stainless steel case, PVD coated, as you heard me say. It does have rose gold PVD coating on the side, does have black PVD coating on the top and the back. The case dimensions of this watch is a little specific because it doesn't have lug to lug specifically, so I'm just going to give you the overall case diameter. This is going to be 42 by 50. So is it a large watch? Yes, it's kind of a large watch. It really kind of hits that right in between of a large watch and a medium-sized watch, but really what makes this watch large on the wrist is going to be that thickness. The thickness is just over 15 millimeters thick, just under 16 at 15.7. So this is going to be a little thicker on the wrist, but any type of homage, especially a Richard Mille style watch or a Hublot style homage is going to be, a little thick on the wrist. It's going to have some presence. You can see right here that does have a fluorine plain rubber strap. Again, it is more of an integrated rubber strap, so good luck changing the strap if something happens. This is going to be like this for every style watch that's Tourneau with an integrated strap, so it's not just unique to Wishdoit. This is going to be every single one. Now, the strap is extremely comfortable. It is extremely soft, and on this side, it does have a matching PVD coated buckle and tang, and this is what I say, that they should just leave it to the brand itself instead of the Wishdoit, the logo, which would be nice. Covering the skeletonized dial is going to be a mineral crystal. This is slightly disappointing, especially because most things today are going to be sapphire. However, this watch is under 400 bucks. It does have an automatic movement. It is Richard Mille Homage. So the fact that they cut the corners for the sapphire crystal that may have cost them $15 extra, isn't really that big a deal. You're not buying this for the durability, you're buying it for the look. The skeletonized dial I truly enjoy, and I do have the rose gold accents in the hands and in the X across the dial. The movement inside is something that's relatively unknown. I did my research. I couldn't find anything specifically on the movement, and on the Wishdoit website, I couldn't find it either. They said this is a Japanese automatic movement, so probably a Miyota, and they say the beat vibration is 28,800 vibrations an hour, so it is technically a high beat movement. They say it's 21 joules, and they say this thing has 80 hours of power reserve, but nowhere can I find what type of Miyota movement it is. I did quite a bit of research. If you guys have any idea what beats at 28,800 vibrations an hour, has a power reserve of 80 hours, 21 joules, and is a Japanese movement, leave it down below. I'd really like to hear it, and then maybe pin your comment at the top. It does have a decorated rotor. That's good to see. A lot of watches at this price point don't. Even though they are kind of homaging after a Richard Mille, a lot of times these watches will go cheap, and they will not put anything extra on the watch. So it does have a decorated movement. That's nice. It does have a decorated kind of skeletonized plate that is covering the movement, so it offers slightly more decoration. On the front, this is one of the things that bothers me about these style of homage watches, especially when it comes to the skeletonized watches, is the dial is kind of a faux plate that, well, it's a plate, but it's kind of a faux movement with like right here at the 12 o'clock, it looks like they're trying to make it look like a barrel spring, even though you can see that it does have a spring inside. Why put this faux gear on the outside that makes it look like something it's not, even though on the inside you can see that clearly it is a barrel spring. You can see that the movement behind shines right through the black. Why not just show the movement itself or use a different style of movement? There is a watch company that I do hold high hopes for, and that's Hoffa, that offers like a tourbillon movement for $1,700, and they don't offer any faux anything on their watches. Even though that's a little expensive for an homage watch and it is a tourbillon, they don't offer any faux anything. This does, but this is something you see in a lot of watches at this price point. They're trying to give you the aesthetic by cutting the corners of using a different movement. I'm going to be honest about the watches I have in hand because it's important when I tell you guys. The watch does offer hand winding, and it is hacking, as you see, and you can see right there that the flywheel has stopped beating and now it is beating again. They use the Richard Mille inset screws that you'd see in similar watches, so you can't just open this up to kind of take a look at it. Overall, I think they've done a pretty good job with this homage watch. I really do like that break in black and rose gold. I do like the dial. I like the fact that the dial is a skeletonized dial. I like the accents of the rose gold that matches the case. The X and the hands all look great. The lume on this is lackluster at best. It's not even worth showing on camera. But overall, the style of the watch is nice. The knurled crown is very, very easy to use. The functionality is easy to go through because it's so large and grippy with the style of watch. And overall, it's very comfortable on the wrist. You can see that it has a kind of curve that goes down the sides of your wrist, and we're going to toss it on the wrist in just a minute. And it is a comfortable watch. This thing is slightly heavier because it has more bulk to it. So you're not going to forget that you have a watch on the wrist. Overall, I'm a really big fan of these style of Homage watches because for me, someone who's lower to middle class, this gives people an opportunity to wear a higher end watch or at least get the feel that they never would be able to. Now, some people say, you know what, if you can't afford one, then don't buy one or don't buy something that looks like it, but you can't help what you like. If you like something that looks like this, like the Richard Mille Homage or maybe like a Hublot, then you're going to get something that's similar to it. So you might as well get something with decent quality, automatic movement. Yes, does Wishdoit have any type of heritage? Absolutely not. Is this a great watch to buy? I'll leave it up to you to decide. Let's go ahead and toss it on the wrist. Okay, and here's the watch on my 7.25-inch wrist. I don't have the biggest wrist in the world. I don't have the smallest wrist in the world, but you can see this thing does have quite a bit of wrist presence. It's going to be noticed when you're wearing it on your wrist. Look at how much that sticks up, almost 16 millimeters. It's not going to slip underneath a cuff. This is a statement piece watch. People are going to look at it. Now, if someone does say, hey, is that a Richard Mille? The first thing you need to say is no, it is not. I can't afford a Richard Mille. I wish I could one day. This is the dream of having one on my wrist, and I really do love the look of this. So this gives me a reminder every time I look down to work hard and bust my butt, so maybe one day I can afford one. It really is comfortable on the wrist, and don't act like and don't pretend like it's something it's not. It is a direct homage of Richard Mille, but it's comfortable, and I love the look. And if you love the look too, well, buy one. Now, what do you guys think about the hands-on portion? Do you love it? Do you hate it? I'm really interested in what that movement is inside the watch. If you guys know, leave a comment down below. Now, at 15,000 subscribers, we're almost at 11,000. At 15,000, I'm going to be doing a Tissot PRX fully automatic Swiss watch giveaway to a subscriber of mine on this channel. Let's grow this community. If you are part of the community, you have to participate to be a member of the giveaway. So comment down below in the videos. It doesn't have to be every video, but like, share, comment. If I see this through the algorithm that I will be putting all of my subscribers through once I hit 15,000 subscribers, it's going to tell me whether or not you've been participating or not. So subscribe, like, comment. Guys, this is all things random, mostly watch reviews with some random stuff sprinkled in between. I have my own watch strap company, chasestraps.com, down below. Premium Italian calf leather watch straps, also vintage suede watch straps, and NATO herringbone. Wonderful, wonderful high quality watch straps at an affordable price, perhaps the best price right now on the internet. Thank you so much for staying to the end of the video. I have a lot of things coming in the future. Make sure you hit that notification bell because my flamethrower is in the mail and it'll be here very, very soon. And I will see you guys in the next one.